Hello and welcome to this quick run through of one of our early literacy lessons. This lesson uses materials from the UFLI Foundation's toolbox, a structured, explicit, and systematic phonics curriculum aligned to the science of reading. UFLI follows a carefully sequenced progression with each lesson building on previously taught concepts. So today's lesson is lesson 42, which introduces students to the FLSC rule, sometimes called the FLOSS rule. Now we always begin our lessons on a positive note. We greet students warmly, check in with how they're doing, make sure that they're ready for learning. We also introduce the learning goal in student-friendly language to help students understand what they're learning and why it matters. We, of course, review our TBT tutoring expectations. Now this gives you a bit of an overview. So each UFLI lesson follows a consistent 8-step structure implemented across two 30-minute sessions, day 1 and day 2. For the sake of time, I'll mostly focus on day 1 today. Step 1 serves as a warm-up, often previewing phonemes or word parts related to the new concept. Steps 2 through 4 reinforce taught concepts and work on building student automaticity and fluency. And then 5 through 8 on day 2 introduce and provide practice opportunities with the new concept through a variety of engaging routines. So each step follows a clear, structured routine and uses simultaneous student response methods to ensure all learners are actively participating. So let's walk through what a day 1 lesson would look like. Step 1, phonemic awareness. So this step focuses on both oral blending and segmenting. So students either listen to individual sounds and blend them together to make a word, or listen to a word and break it apart into its individual sounds. So for blending items, I'll say ah, as I say the sounds, I'll use my fingers to show how many distinct sounds there are, and then I'll cue the students to respond together. So we expect a choral response here. They'll say the whole word, off. We train our tutors to use these kinds of consistent verbal and nonverbal cues to guide participation. So whether it's finger counting, gestures, facial expressions, right? The goal is always the same: clear expectations, active engagement, and smooth pacing. Students also use whiteboards regularly and hold them up throughout instruction. Next is the visual drill, where students review previously taught phoneme grapheme correspondences. So the tutor displays a grapheme on the screen and students respond in unison, saying all the sounds they've learned that match that letter or letter combination. So for example, the tutor shows the letter U and students respond together. U spells a. This routine reinforces sound-symbol relationships and builds fluency through consistent choral practice, and it becomes really fun, right? They get into a rhythm. The auditory drill, step 3, is where students hear a sound and write down all the graphemes they've learned that spell that sound. The tutor will say a phoneme and students will write the matching letter or letter combination on their physical whiteboards while saying the sound aloud. So this step reinforces phoneme grapheme connections through active multisensory practice. Students are hearing, saying, and writing at the same time. So our tutors are trained to provide immediate specific reinforcement for correct answers, use targeted error correction strategies when needed, and also to model correct letter formation on a blank slide if needed. Now is step 5, the new concept. Before jumping in, of course, the tutor prepares the students by setting clear expectations. They're given very clear guidelines on how to go about introducing, in this case, the FLSC rule. We go over articulatory gestures, right? How the mouth moves to produce specific sounds. This builds phonemic awareness by connecting sound production with muscle memory. We read with the new concept. I do. We do. The students have ample practice with the new concept, and they also do some spelling. The end of day 1, we did it. If there is time, the tutors might reinforce learning and build in some fun using some of the interactive games on the UFLI website. They're directly aligned to the lesson content and can be customized. So for the sake of time, I'll give you a quick summary of day 2. It begins with a quick review, of course, of step 5 of the new concept. And then step 6 is word work using another UFLI app. At the end of step 6, our tutors administer a lesson check. So this is a brief writing task designed to assess students' progress towards mastery of the concepts. The tutors log the results in their daily progress monitoring, which you'll be able to view directly in your dashboard. So this allows tutors to adjust instruction as needed, which is very important. UFLI is meant to be highly responsive. We don't just plow right through it. And it also gives our school partners real-time visibility into how students are progressing. Schools have consistently appreciated this level of transparency. Now, step 7 and 8, we focus on irregular word instruction using the heart word methods. And we end with connected text and lots of reading in context. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.